Decision to participate in a BBC Panorama about welfare on Married at First Sight. Now, this isn't a decision that I came to lightly. It's something that I thought about over and over again for just under a year. And then I decided to take part. I decided to take part because I hoped in doing so, sharing my story, it will contribute to a wider conversation about welfare and positive change. I did, a year after my experience on MAFS, say to production I would like a meeting about my welfare, and my meeting wasn't honoured. We never had that meeting. I had some really constructive points that I would have brought up in that meeting. I guess I just did it with the BBC instead. And in the piece I speak about things which are really hard to speak about. I share about an incident in which I didn't consent to, and also I'm aware that it could be triggering. But I also think it's a really important conversation to have. So when we were having intercourse, we agreed that we were doing the pull-out method. That is what we were doing. I trusted that. That is what we both consented to. And one day, my boundary was crossed as he finished inside me without my consent. I also speak about how when I was sent home 1 week later, I found out I was pregnant. Now, I just want to make it clear that I don't know if I was pregnant from that said incident or not. The short time that I was on the show, I completely lost my light. There were behaviours in my relationship which were not okay, and at the time I excused a lot of behaviour. I couldn't see things for what it was, and I wasn't in a position to advocate for myself at the time. I feel like there were parts of my welfare that were really, really strong, and there were certain individuals that were amazing, but this isn't about individuals. This is a wider issue, and at the end of the day, I shouldn't have been in the position that I was in. For me, post-experiment, I put a lot of blame on myself, and there was a lot of stress with me leaving, and being sent home with just 2 weeks' pay added a hell of a lot of stress to my experience, and I think that's something that needs to be put into place for participants. And I've never spoken about stuff like this publicly before. The interview was really hard. It feels really exposing and vulnerable and scary, but at the same time, in the same breath, it feels empowering and I feel strong. And there is such power in eventually just telling your truth. I also want to send love and kindness to the other women that have shared their stories. I think it's so brave, and I am really proud of all of us. Decision